Hello. Is this thing on? How are you? Listen, before you start griping, I just want to let you know these fingers are here to stay. Or no, they're hands. Well, they're fingers too. But until I lose these things, they're going to be here every week. I know some of you don't care for it. And just close your eyes and listen to my soothing, dulcet tones, if that's the problem. How are you? Happy New Year. Yes, the last time I saw you was last year. God, that never get old for you. Never gets old for me. Listen, it's dry January. Well, booze dry. So listen to the sound. Topo Chico. I should become a spokesmodel for Topo Chico. The drink of Mia. So refreshing. I usually like it with vodka, but Katie, I love you, but the hands are here to stay, baby. Just gonna have to deal with it. You have to give me something to comfort me now that I don't have my darling Gidget to sit in my lap. You know, I went back and looked at a lot of the videos that we did with Gidget, and man, that dog, wasn't she something? She would just sit there and she'd just be like, "Hi, Mama." And you know, she was like that with Charlie too. She loved Charlie when she was with him. She'd be like, "Hi, Papa." So I miss her. So throw me a bone and let me amuse myself with these tiny hands. Anywho, let's have a drink. You ready? There may be some burping involved because Topo Chico does that for me. All right, let me head over here and see how it's looking on Facebook. Obviously, it's on because Katie Bo Beatty's here, which I love. We have Angel Gidget, yes, with us here in spirit. Katie, what? All right, I'll put this comment up. I will bet that. What is wrong with you? Whatever it is, I want some of that. Hi, Brent. Nice to see you from Ottawa. How's it going up there? How's it going in that other country? Nice to see you on here. So, how was your New Year's? Mine was quiet. Christopher was here. He went back to Florida yesterday. Sad face, womp womp. Again, another reason why I need these hands to keep myself amused, since I can't put my hands on Chris right now. Oh, I love doing this. I should do this all the time. Joe Craw is watching. Hi, Joe Craw. I'm boozeless. I don't need any wine. You know what? This is the month of you don't need any wine. Will you post that video when we're done here? Randy's here. Hi, buddy. Jessica Klein's watching. Hi, cousin. Nice to see you. And Randy's here. Say hi. How are you? Yes, I'm certainly boozeless. We were together for almost a month. We went to, as you know, Nicaragua. Let me just cover up my Rudy Toots. Got to get my hair done next week. Ta-ta-ta. It is boozeless. Yes, I am boozeless. I'm going to spell it like that, cousin. I'm boozeless. I'm trying it out. I got to tell you, especially being on vacation and, pretty much from Thanksgiving on, there was a reason just to misbehave all the time, whether it was with food or booze or whatever. It's like, oh, it's vacation. It's holidays. Oof, my liver was like, knock it off, bitch. So here we are. Boozeless is fun. Boozeless, yes, I can do, but boozeless, not as much. How did I like what was Electric Callboy? Is that a game? Do I know about this? It sounds fun. I'm going to see the new version of Mean Girls next Tuesday. So if you're here in Denver, I can post a link and you can get free tickets to it, because I get tickets to all these fun movies. So that's going to be the preview of it. It looks fun to me. I guess it's the musical version of it. I think Tina Fey directed it. I don't know. Oh, the music video I tagged you in. Yes, I really like that. Electrical, because they had the hands. That's right. I'm sorry. Woo. Postmenopausal, because I'm not even in menopause anymore. I'm even past that shit too. Yeah, it takes me a while. You said you were boozeless for 2 days and got sick. I haven't been sick for a year. Sis, I'm just gonna let you know. I agree. Like, I think it's gonna be a little tough. Let me take a drink of my Topo Chico with my two hands. Have you guys had this stuff? First time I had it was in Austin. and I was really hungover. Oh, the irony of the story that I'm telling. Look at all the hands here. Can you even, Katie? You're probably losing your mind. Ah. Um, but yeah, that was the first time I ever had it. Was trying to nurse a wicked, wicked hangover in Austin. And here we are. Now I will tell you what I love is Tito's. Show me your Tito's and Topo Chico. All the teas. Absolutely love it. You certainly my beer killed all my germs. I'm just saying, cousin. I'm not saying. Now, Katie Bag of Donuts. I love saying her name. I know that's not right. It's Katie Capadona. Mean Girls is it's a thing. It's definitely got a whole thing to it. I really feel like that was at the height of what's her name? What was in it? She played Katie Heron, which was my married name at the time, which is ironic. My last name used to be Heron when I was married, hence married name. Anyway, what was her name? The one that kind of went off the rails with drugs and everything. Boy, did she get in trouble. Now, I've been watching this podcast called the Blind Beyond the Blind, and it's all about what are called these call sheets or these gossip rags called the blinds. Did anybody know about this? Where have I been? Lindsay Lohan, thank you, darling. I know you're freaking out, Lindsay Lohan. They have this whole section. I'm gonna fire crutch. That's right. Who called her that? Was that Paris Hilton's brother? Too gossipy, way too gossipy. I totally remember that. Absolutely. Lindsay Lohan. Thank you, Brent. I appreciate that. So let me find this podcast. I know it was really funny. It was terrible. Oh, hi, Kenneth Ruby. Hi, darling. Happy New Year to you. Nice to see you on here. Let me find this podcast. And they did this whole thing about Lindsay Lohan. And all they basically read are all these like, this 20 something celebrity was found face down in a toilet, drunk off her ass in Hollywood. And it's very, very entertaining. I'm going to find this podcast while we're talking. I'm going to launch my new podcast and I'm going to revamp shit we don't talk about. The new podcast is called LGO, Low Grade Obsessed, because my ass gets so obsessed about things, me and my ass, but I get so obsessed about things and I will talk them to death. I talk them silly. Ask Christopher, ask any friends that I have. I'll just get on a rant. Swindled is also one of my favorites. Please tag Swindled in because the last time I tagged Swindled in, he actually answered. Swindled has a very, very the one they have on this week is the Monopoly about PG&E. You will lose your damn mind. It is so disturbing. Anyway, Swindled is very good, but the other one is called Beyond the Blinds? Hold on. Beyond the Blinds. Yeah, it's a podcast. It's a guy and a girl, and all they do is go through all these different and there's shit you forgot, y'all. Like I forgot what garbage Ashton Kutcher was. I am obsessed with what a garbage dump fire Ashton Kutcher and his wife. Don't. They're not off the hook. She's not off the hook either. It was Paris Hilton that called her that. I forgot about that. Um, Red pubes and sandwich looks like you're smuggling a small animal. I love how Katie just dumps your comments on here, and I'm here for it 1,000%, my love. There's a blind item about Joel and Benji Adams, Anne Hathaway and Emily Blunt. Oh, okay, that one will be good. They did one about Julia Roberts. I'll have to dive into that. Drew Barrymore. See, now I think Drew Barrymore's a little bit garbagey right now after her whole deal with her talk show, and I'm bringing on people during the strike. That was not a good look for her. I'm just letting you know. They did one on Judd Apatow, Seth, what's his name, Jonah, and Jason. That one's really good. Those guys are like closet garbagey people. So that's basically what it is. Oh, the one on Colin Farrell was very interesting too. Emily Blunt is my hero. I mean, I love she and her hubby. How cute are they? I love them. Love them. Cousin, thank you. I love you. I'll be actually back in Champaign in 3 weeks. I'm going to be home for Mom's birthday. It's January 26th. So I will see you then. What else did they do? Jason Mahomes and Britney Spears, Kirsten Dunst. That one was interesting. Now, listen, Kirsten Dunst is kind of like all in with her little, what's his name? Jesse Plimpton. Is that his name? He's interesting. They were in a couple movies together. But anyway, she's all with her little boring ass looking boyfriend now. I'm not mad at it. Not everybody can have the lookers. I think she used to date Jake Gyllenhaal. Anyway, girlfriend had a drinking and a drug problem there for a hot minute. I'm just saying. That was pretty bad. There was a whole one about look at me, I'm all going over this whole thing. There's one on Hugh Jackman I definitely wanna see too. They had one though about there's one on Sex in the City. I've been missing all these. Jeremy Piven. This is when you know it's bad. They'll do an episode with the title "Rotted" because they kind of judge people like, are they just sort of garbagey? Are they junky? And "Rotted" is like the absolute, um hold on. "Rotted" is when you're the worst. Katie has a, let's see. Katie has a Jeremy Piven story, or Calvin Farrell story. I met him at the Waldorf. He asked me if I wanted coffee, and I said, "Do I want cock?" And I said, "Yes, yours, please." And then he gave you a cup of coffee, I bet, and you were very, very sorely disappointed. But from apparently what I know, I'm being very, very feisty tonight, and I'm not drinking. So can you imagine if booze were involved? But apparently Colin is a shower and a grower. Speaking of which, what I did not have on my, I just talked to my friend Gigi about this. What I did not have on my bingo card per se, and it's already the new year, was that Jeremy White, what's his name? The guy from The Bear, and he used to be on Shameless. Did you see the new the new Calvin Klein ad? Goodness gracious. And then there's also Barry Keoghan, who was in Saltburn. And if you haven't seen Saltburn, Christopher and I still have not been right since then. There's a lot going on with Saltburn. Goodness gracious. Just look up the phrase shower and grower. I'll just to let you know. um uh sorry we couldn't meet. Kristen had a thing. Oh, Jeff, I'll be back. Nice to see you, my friend. I'll be back in February. Not to worry. Christopher's down there, so as long as he's down there, I'm gonna be down there too. So, anyway, so look up Shower and Grower. If you haven't seen Saltburn, it's really, really good. Rosamund Pike. I mean, everybody that's in that, their characters are just despicable, but despicable things happen to them. And there's a lot of Barry Keoghan that we see. Rarely do you see full frontal with men, and enjoy. If that's your bag, right? Katie says she doesn't drink anymore. I can use one hand on one. Okay, if that's but the clapping, is that not good? Do you not love these, y'all? Christopher got these for me, and again, I need to keep myself entertained now that I don't have something to get handsy with. Christopher's gone. Has transcended. I have to tell you, Christmas was a little tough because I spent the last 2 Christmases by myself. And I don't see that as a BOOHOO kind of thing. I really enjoyed the last 2 years, being a single girl and, kind of being on my own. And Gidget was with me, so I always had her because Charlie would share custody with me. But then Christopher and I got back the day before, like 2 or 3 days before Christmas, and that was really my first year without her. I had the Christmas dicky. You know what a big deal that was, and so yeah, I gotta say this was a little tough, and so definitely Christopher kept me entertained. Every once in a while, I'd just go, "Oh, ma'am," because that's how I always called her, "Ma'am," and he would go, "Gidget." So it was kind of our little calling sign to each other. It looks. Am I still? Hi. It looks like it just kind of went off a little bit. Oh, cousin, you said that Taven's gonna be 18. I think I saw you post about that because you were asking about insurance. I thought that was an interesting, question because, yeah, Mr. Man's gonna be 18, WTAF. Lord have mercy. Does anybody else feel that too when their relatives or their friends' kids are now, like, grown-ass folks, and you're like, "Ugh, that's a hurts, don't it?" Right? Randy loves the hands. There you go. Clapping makes you nervous. Jessica wants to know, do I want to meet for birthday dinner? He'll be 18 on Jan. Oh, yeah. Um, yes, I would love that. Well, mom's birthday is the 26th and Taven's is the 25th. Now, I will say I'm being very, very cautious. I am masking up on planes. I am masking up wherever I go. So long as everybody's like being pretty good about not being around huge groups of people, I'm in. How's that? Mama's gonna be 83. I gotta watch it. You know what I mean? Daddy's 84 this year. Oh, See, now that's also makes you feel old as fuck is when you say your parents' age. And then I forgot, like somebody asked me how old. Christopher asked, he's like, "How old are you gonna be this year?" And I'm like, uh, 59. Okay. Anywho, Denise is here. Hi, love. Happy New Year to you. Happy 2024. 2024, more. Just mask. Good job, honey. Listen, a lot of people are getting sick. It is just no joke right now. So we have to be really cautious more than anything. How's everybody feeling? I mean, I've heard three friends, a couple. Okay, now my hands do get sweaty, I have to admit. So I'm just gonna like I'll put one right there. Uh, it just, oh my goodness. Oh, hey, Marcia, how are you? Oh, it's nice to see you both. Thank you. Eric, I think I friended you on Facebook. Am I saying that right? Saying your name right? Um, Marcia and I went to high school together. We got to see each other, which Marcia, some memories popped up when I was there, I believe in 2015 in Arizona. I remember when I came down and was staying with my cousin and we all got together and I was doing a promo for a minivan. I'm doing a promo for a minivan again next week, the Pacifica. I got to tell you, I am not mad at minivans, especially when you go and pick up donated food like I do, the Colorado Pet Pantry stuff, hitting those little buttons and those doors slide. I'm not mad at 'em. I'm really not. Joe Cross says, oh, and Jessica says she's a huge germaphobe. Yeah, sis, we have to be. We have to be. Chris and I made it all the way through Nicaragua. I love to mispronounce it now because it makes me sound drunk. Didn't get sick at all. And I mean, we were all over the place on many different planes, modes of transportation. We did wear a mask. My ass ended up getting a cold from an Uber driver. Very bitter about that. I know it was him. Christopher didn't get it. He got it a little bit, but not as bad as I did. I was just, pretty much had the 2 pieces of Kleenex sticking up my nose for the holidays. Oh, there you go. God, is that a good luck? It's like the Mr. It from Cousin It from what's that show? Welcome to the menopause brain, the post-menopause brain. Joe Cross says COVID finally beat her ass in mid-December. You know what? COVID was looking for you for 4 years. Hadn't been sick in over 5 years, so you guess you're overdue. You know why you weren't sick? Because you were masking a lot, sis. And it's trying. It's really working hard to get everybody. So it's definitely, honey, I'm glad you're okay. Your friend Sarah just got over COVID. Your friend Laura is going through it too. See, everybody's really struggling. So just mask up and take the vitamins, a vitamin D, and not that kind of vitamin D. Although I'd love that all the time. Vitamin D is great. It's the new vitamin C. I'm just saying. Just take your supplements. Joe Cross says, ironically, I think I got it from a mask at urgent care, bringing my daughter to have stitches removed. Oh no. Okay, that is ironic. I'm sorry, babe. The KN95s really are good. Probably if we're not, we just have to be more of a germaphobe than anything. Hi, Stacia Phillips, Deshishku. How are you, darling? I was just thinking about you the other day. I would love to catch up. I'm so sorry we didn't get to see you again in New York. Christopher and I were so overwhelmed with that project, but I would love to chat with you and catch up. It looks like you had some fun travels. But you don't mask, but you're on vitamin D. All right, darling. I'll take that too. Do it up. Oh, because you don't mask and then you got it from wearing one at urgent care. I am all over. Yeah, Lawrence. Oh, I know the Lawrence Welk. Thank you for recognizing that it's the tiny hands character. Remember, she had like the big forehead and she would come out and sing and do all that. I'm going to wash those hands and wash these hands. And yes, clean the phones. Let me tell you what I got recently. I got one of those cool little, I don't know what kind of light it is, but you basically can like put your phone and your keys and your wallet in it and it really like de-germifies it. I don't know. It's probably a whole scam, but it makes me feel better. So yeah, I have wearing that mask now. You would mask if someone asked. And I love you for that, honey. Thank you. But I agree with cleaning the phones too. Like that is huge. Just all of it. Remember how we were before? And so I don't want to go back to a level of just feeling like I don't know where it's coming from. But I also get all the shots that I can get. And I'm back there and I'm like, oh, you've got one for prostate cancer? Just give it to me. You know what I mean? You said, I just ordered a good vitamin for my family. It's called First Day. We love your reviews. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, good. Braylon is super behavior and praying it helps. Oh, let me know how that does. How's Braylon, little buddy? Yeah. Oh, I'd love to hear about that too. Is anybody still doing CBD? I mean, I still take it, even though Charlie's not in my world as much. I still am doing the CBD quite a bit as well. So I'm taking anything I can that's anti-inflammatory. Again, why I am uh well, I've decided to give my liver a break with boozy because I really like booze a lot, as many of you have met me in person know and just know me in general. I do like my booze, but I haven't done a dry January in a while. You know what came up for me? Do y'all remember this? It was a memory when I got the flu really badly from it was 2018. Charlie and I had taken a road trip out to California when my one cousin was playing in the Rose Bowl, and I got the flu like on the last day, and then Charlie had to drive my ass all the way back from California. We were doing a promo and a car promo, and oh my gosh, and I think I went dry for like probably 6 or 8 months, and I think I actually did too around 2020 or no 2021. I think is when we started getting the COVID boosters or COVID shots, and I think I took a break for a while then too. Anyway, I promise I'm not going to be one of those people that talks about it the whole time. Like, I love booze, I can't have it. But I do love, like, how I have to two-hand it. The Topo Chico, a burp is coming. Yeah, he might like CBD. He really might. I drink because he's super bipolar, honestly. Listen, that is a lot to handle, cousin. It really is. Tell that truth, honey. We're here to support you as well, too. Say anything you like here to me privately on the show here. I know a lot of folks have children with behavioral issues. It is a lot to handle. That's why you've got me. You've got the auntie cousin that is your comic relief. I'm like that for many folks with kids as well too. So, and you know what? It takes a village. I don't care. I know that's such an overused phrase, but it's really, really true. If you don't have somebody that's a comic relief or a safe spot or a safe place or, me, you know what I say about me, whose car are we going to take? I mean, literally a friend of mine called me up and was telling me she was dating a couple, or she was dating, like, had one guy she was seeing and another guy she was seeing, and they both knew. And she finally decided the one guy was starting to come up with some red flags. And she was like, you know what? I think this other person's better for me. She let him know and said, hey, I just want to let you know, I don't think this is a fit for me, but I wish you the best. This motherfucker gets all mad and sends her a text saying, calls her hoe for show with the W. And I was like, whose car are we going to take? Give me his number. Like, you let me know. And I'm putting myself on blast right now too. Anybody needs that, like, their kids are getting picked on by somebody, something at a school board. Seriously. Hello, Mia. Look up whose car are we going to take from the town. You'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, greet Topo Chico. Oh, Gwen, hi, how are you? Happy New Year's from Mexico. Topo Chico is the best. Originally from Mexico, but then Coke bought it. But it does say Monterrey, Mexico still. I'm in. Oof. You're getting it from the source down there. Joe Cross said about phones. Yeah. Oh, and grocery carts. Oh, you know what really freaks me out is I watch Hoarders a lot just because I want to feel good about myself. And I'll tell you, sometimes I watch that and they've got gloves on and there's just weird shit going on in there. And then I see them talking and they're like, with the gloves, touching their face. There goes the burp. I wasn't going to put it in the microphone, but if you'd like to hear it next time, I'll burp out there for you. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why is this happening? Why am I watching this? And that will just send me right over the edge. They've been digging through things. And, sometimes it's just people that have a lot of clothes, but a lot of times it's people that have a lot of junky stuff. Has anybody had an experience with somebody who's a hoarder, like in their home or anything? Joe called, doing organizing. I know you do more digital than physical now, which I'm saying that. But Joe called, post your links. Everybody post a link. What do you have a link to that you want to promote? Gwen, you're a business. I might need to talk to you, by the way. Are you taking new clients? Just checking. And anybody, post a link, please. Let's see. Randy, you damn right. You damn right. 24 and more, the more of actually like speaking up and telling people when they're being assholes, right? I had somebody that I decided to change services with them, and they really were not they really were not very attentive to what I needed. And I went with another person. I'm being vague for a reason, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Insert whatever service is there. I said insert. And I hadn't heard from this person at all, and then they get the notice that I have switched providers, and they're like, "Oh, what's going on? Anything wrong?" And I said, "Well, this person is actually helping me a lot more, and I'm traveling right now, but if you would like some feedback, let me know." But unless, I'm not going to do the work to fix this person as well. But if you're watching and you want to know the feedback, give me a call and I'll let you know. But do you see what I mean? Like I like it's more. I don't want to do a lot of heavy lifting, but I do want to let people know when something's just not right, and I think you all should too. Um, okay, okay, Jessica, we'll talk about that. My mom's doing so good, by the way. When I was there last month, she really was. I was able to go through, and I did this for myself, by the way. So don't you worry. I've turned that very bright eye on myself because I'm a building inspector, so I see a lot of shit, and I'm that outside set of eyes. But we went through mom's. We went through her. What do you call it? Spices and everything. Have y'all been through your spice cabinet lately? It's a thing. It's a whole ass thing. Sometimes I was like, "Mom, this thing is 10 years old." It's very hard to get rid of the stuff, and I'm at that point now that I bought a lot during the pandemic. Plus, I grew up as a born again Christian when there was that whole fire and brimstone end of the world thing, so I was really ready for it. You should have seen me in 1999. Um, but I really had a lot of things that I stocked up on. Sadly, I had to throw out 2 bags of Dots pretzels the other day because they expired in 2022. That hurt. If you haven't had Dots pretzels, then you're missing out. But let's see what else we've got. And yes, Gwen. Begged, but especially his dad. Oh, see, and that is really, really tough. Yeah, that is really tough, especially if you're not being listened to by the doctor. If anybody has an experience in that, please reach out to Jessica if you're open to that. I would love that. Oh, yep, your mom. And it's stuff that we love. You know what that comes from? That comes from being raised by people who were raised during the Great Depression. Joe Craw, you've come across a few over the years. And yep, Gwen, yeah, Masters, I know what you do. I know what you do, girl, especially if you seriously, if you're open for new clients. Let's talk. I would love that. Um, you don't need 100 porcelain dolls and beads. It is really, really tough. And I really think that 24 and more can also mean more cleaning out and getting rid of things. I mean, I traveled for 2 weeks with a carry-on. And I will say that there were some things that I picked up in different places and then I would end up donating where I was. So I had a really, really good kind of system when the last place that we went was this Kalala Island, and I donated some of the clothes that I just was like, I don't think I'm going to really use these again. And so I just sort of donated and left them. But I went for 2 weeks, and just knowing that there's things you don't necessarily need, really taking a look at why am I so attached to this. I'm doing that with a lot of clothes. I'm doing that definitely. I have a little bit of a fear-based mindset about electromagnetic pulses, and which rightly so. There's some shit going on in the world. You just don't know if the systems are going to crumble and crack. Just going to say. But there's definitely a lot going on in the world, but I'm like, okay, I'm being fear-based right now. I need to get rid of some of these things. So I highly encourage you to do that. Joe Croft, do you have any links you want to post about clearing out clutter and things like that with the programs that you have? I am getting your notes too, and I need to get back on the good foot with you because I've been traveling so much in this last year. And I got to tell you, like, if you sort of look outside, I mean, you can see a little bit of what's going on here, but I've been out and about so much. So I haven't really had a time to focus on that. I need to clean up my own shit. I'm just saying. I know no one needs spoons and thimbles from other countries. I'm aware of that. And I'm even looking at like, hope the back of my head is okay. Like, but then I also can't get rid of my toothpick lady head, who's the most disturbing fucking thing I own. And it is awful. And look at her though. I got this in Italy in 1989. Now this bitch has a story. I'm just gonna say. Then I also have things like a bowl for candies, which is just duck feet, which I absolutely adore. Mm-mm-mm. Love, love, love. I have 3 monkeys that I got from. It represents me and my brother and sister. That's definitely us. Joe Crawl, you had a wonderful suggestion, and Jessica, I see your comments. Um, Yep, and you see her buying stuff. I know it. Comes to Watsika and buys. Yep, I'm telling you, that's the whole thing of like. And here's the thing, Joanne. I need to share the link to the podcast that you when you came on shit we don't talk about. The thing that is the most important, what Jessica's talking about, and what you need to be aware of is that if you are keeping all these things, if something happens to you untimely, someone else is going to have to figure all that shit out. So not only are they dealing with their grief, but they're sifting through like, what the what the fuck is this? And why do I have this? So what you can do, and somebody else suggested, is you can go seasonally for having things out. You don't need to have all your tchotchkes out. And I really had to check myself because I had put things away for so long until then when I was single again and had my own place, I just had tchotchkes all over the place. I still do. Let me use the hand. Let me do it right. I still do. However, I think you can put things away and then bring them out for different seasons, just like you do Christmas stuff, right? And then also even doing a video of going through your stuff and saying, this is important to me, and here's why. Here's the story behind it. Going through your photos and then throwing out the ones that really you don't need is interesting. And I've also, what's been kind of fun, when I gone home a few times, I've brought pictures, and I need to start telling the cousins to do this more. And maybe I think there's going to be a reunion this year. I brought pictures that I had of different events. And then when people bring theirs, it's so fun because people have pictures that maybe you haven't seen that they had taken of you. So that's kind of fun. That's another way to get rid of it. Anyway, I'm rambling, which is what I do. And I really love that. I'm a great listener, says Joe Call, while I'm talking away for the last 32 minutes. Honey, I love having you on the show. Please come on again. Please share that link. Oh, you did. She's so good. Get your shit together and get organized. Thanks, Mama. Appreciate you. Y'all go and listen to that episode. That really was really was informative, and I think it really will help you to get a better idea of what kind of mess you're wading through and you're living through, and what kind of mess you're going to leave behind for people. I also did a couple episodes with death doulas and death planners, and I'll post links to that as well too. Really great reminders. I really enjoyed that. That is just a topic we don't talk about, yet there's so many people that live things and leave things in testy, probate, whatever that is. It's just an absolute mess. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do you want to bong breathe? Yep. Yep, but I agree, Jess. Yeah, because she's helping my mom as well too. My mom has really gotten good. I was so proud of her. I really was tooting her horn again. She's going to be 83. And I was like, Mama, you're doing so good for not leaving. Like cleaning out your stuff. She really has a very cleared out space. And I really suggest that for all of us. Yep. You do not want to go through that. So I think that's the thing too, is like letting people know, like, please, I don't want to, but go through the things that are important. And I literally am looking like at all this weird stuff I have up here, that it's time to get rid of them. I do have some funny little things. I'm just saying. All right, let's bong breathe. I'm going to do some cards. Those are my rants. I think I'm good. It is Year of the Dragon. So today, my friend Gigi sent me this. Look at this thing. She probably took it all, says Jessica. The stuff that's not at your mom's house, my mom probably took, says Jess. Look at this. Isn't this gorge? Because I just realized last week it is the Year of the Dragon. And the gal that does my insurance told me it's the year of the Earth Dragon. Anybody know about that? I know. I think that's wonderful. So this is my new book, because I was even thinking, and I've been doing a lot of fun meditating. Oh, yesterday I did the somatic breathing. Remember last year, like right before New Year's, I did the microdosing and the somatic breathing. Whew, that was out of this world. I'm just saying. It was off the chain. But has anybody done somatic breathing here? Very intense, very, very purposeful, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I'm just saying. No, don't put my book in the trash. Yeah. Oh, Shauna's here. Shauna, Bobana. It looks like Holly's here too. Hi, darlings. Hi, hi, hi. Holly, if you're still on, I want to talk to you about our friend Trisha, who just passed away. I want to hear more because I was sick. I couldn't go to her. I couldn't go to her wake. Was it a wake? Her celebration of life. Speaking of, passing away untimely. I'm just saying. Okay, so yes, Earth Dragon, Earth Dragon. And I'm excited for that. So if anybody knows it, oh, and I was talking about somatic breathing. So I've been doing somatic breathing, and I feel like there's a lot of things that are coming through that are just, I don't know. Like I was thinking about, oh, I need to get a new book. And then the next day, this comes from Gigi. So I'll take it. I'll take whatever little mini miracles you got. Serve it up. Somebody else said wood dragon. Wood. That's what she said, right? Well, this certainly looks like a wood dragon thing, doesn't it? Isn't it gorgy? She got this for me on Amazon. I'll post a link to it because I really, really like it. I'm loving that. Yes. Okay. Let's bong breathe. Speaking of somatic breathing, bong breathing, and then I'm going to pull a divine feminine oracle card for you. I sent angel cards in the thing, but I don't know if I have my angel cards down here. So I might do a Mary Magdalene or oracle card too. Yay. All right, bong breathe. Get your butt situated. Are you ready? Okay. Deep breath in. In the testicles. In the teats. I could do a breast exam with these. Hold it in. Ah. Let that shit go. Let it go. There you go. Yay. One more time. One more time for good measure. Okay. Deep breath in. Hold it in. Wee. Ah. Let it go. Hey, will somebody tag Christopher in here, by the way, because I totally forgot to tell him I was going live. He might be just hanging out. I know he was at dinner, actually. He went with his mom today and went to dinner. All right. You know what? I'm going to do the Mary Magdalene Oracle cards. I do love the Divine Feminine. That's also by Megan Waterston, who is just fabulous. Wood dragon means prosperity. I have heard that, Holly. Oh, and you said her celebration of life was beautiful. Lashes, lipstick, and pink. Hey, by the way, if I go, two things. One, I want to go like Gidget. I want to be with loved ones and friends. I want a little adult diaper. I want a cocktail and a drug that makes me happy and loopy. And I want to be hugged up on. And then, bye, bitch. Yeah, I was touching my chesticles. That's right. Up in the chesticles. Hello, chesticles. Okay, why can't I get this open? I got to take my fingers off. I got to take my extra hands off. The helping hands are not helping. Ooh, goodness gracious. Oh, have I not opened these before? That's impossible. I love the little artwork on that. Oh, cousin, how am I letting it go? We'll talk. But right now, that was a visual. Just think about that. Like literally just taking a deep breath in and just, I'm like, imagine I always talk about this. Remember in the Green Mile when the guy is like sucking all the bad energy out of people? And then he lets it go and it just all kind of goes into the air, into these wonderful, almost little like lighted dots, like little lightning bugs. And that's what I think of it too. Because you don't want to think in terms of like, oh, I have to let go of super negative, because then you're still sending that out there somewhere. Just let it transmute. Okay. We could talk more about it. I'd be happy to. I love you. I want to talk with you. Jerry Johnson Morgan's is here, is watching. Jerry, post your link in here. Darling, thanks for chatting with me yesterday. Okay, here's the card I'm pulling for today. Man, I have not opened these cards. What in the fresh wide world of sports is going on here? These are the cards. So Megan Waterston wrote a whole book about Mary Magdalene, and she's incredible. I will PM you. And hi, Julie Brumlick. Nice to see you. All right, here's the card. I can see who is watching on there. Oh, Jess, I know, honey. Anybody else super stressed? I also know I was talking with another one of my cousins the other day, and we're talking about how tough it is to come back after the holiday season. You literally have had like a month and a half. I mean, if you started Halloween, you've got 2 solid months of like, woo, party, party, everything, circle back next year kind of thing. And then January comes in, you're like, fudge. No, I'm not going to pee on you. Golden shower. Oh, Robert Mooney's here. Darling, I know. Who are you? What have you done with Mia, right? I was waiting for somebody to say that. Like, who knows me well? Robert Mooney. How are you and my darling Melissa? I know, darling. Can you believe it? My liver was like, bitch, take a break. As you can see, I'm just as effervescent, boozeless. But this does mean I'm going to bed really early. I'm just letting you know. All right, Oracle card. Mary Magdalene. Look at this beautiful one. Oh, it's the soul. I am free. It says, I have not bound anything. This looks like it get serious, but I'm okay with that. Isn't that weird how even like the card like glows? Isn't that gorge? All right. Here we go. Here we go. Da, 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 da. It's called the soul. Okay. Hold on. How do I read these? The works cited. Okay. Cool. All right. Maybe there's a little thing at the back. Bear with me. Remember when I get these new cards, I'm like, what in the wide world of sports is going on here? I've been loving saying that. The soul. I am free. Are you ready? Cousin, soak this one up. It says, I have not bound anything. The soul. Deep breath. I'm not, I kid you not. This shit says deep breath. I feel like the AI is listening. Even in the midst of the worst that can unfold for us, the soul whispers, I am free. This is a little long, so sit back a little bit and enjoy. Let me read to you, okay? It seems so strange that something so infinitely powerful could be accessible, visceral even, right here in the body. Can you even with this shit? I can't make this up. And let's see, so otherworldly. It seems so strange that something so otherworld could be reached with an act that seems so entirely commonplace and mundane. Deep breath. With the intention, the consciousness of a single deep breath, we can detach from the ego and all its 7 powers. The ego has 7 powers? Shit. This motherfucker. With one intentional deep breath, we can return to the heart, to the vast expanse of what's possible, to the limitless realm of the soul. In Mary's gospel, yeah, by the way, Mary Magdalene had a gospel. We're talking about that today. Guess what got edited out of the Bible? A lot. And mainly anything to do with women in power. Anywho, in Mary's gospel, the soul explains, I have been bound, but I have not bound anything. And that's Mary chapter 9, verse 14. The soul has been bound by the 7 powers of the ego, but the soul does not bind anything or anyone in return. The soul, in essence of who we are, will be judged throughout our lifetime by both our own ego and the egoic powers of others, even our loved ones. The soul will be judged and bound, but the soul does not judge or bind others in retaliation. The soul is free and knows it. The soul says about the 7 egoic powers, they did not recognize me, but I have recognized that the universe is to be dissolved, both the things of earth and those in heaven. The ego can't see or recognize the soul, but the soul can see through all those dualities, all of those opposites that rule the ego, like day and night, light and dark, heaven and earth, the soul embraces as the unified whole. The soul is not bound to the egoic desires of what being here on earth might bring, nor is it bound to the egoic desires of what heaven might contain. It is content to simply be here now. The soul releases both heaven and earth to exist somewhere, to exist nowhere but in the present. Deep breath. Even in the midst of the worst that it can unfold for us, the soul whispers, I am free. I'm going to get teary-eyed. Here's our meditation. Ready? What does it feel like to repeat inside the heart, I am free? Y'all. Oh, oh man, oh Shevitz. I don't know about you. Booze free with booze. I needed that. All right, look it. I'm going to go. I'm going to end on that. How can I top that? Except with the hands. Oh my word. How have I been sleeping on these cards, you guys? Like, I can't even with this. I mean, it's just wonderful. All right. In closing, again, this is cards from Mary Magdalene Oracle card. Bish, I am teary-eyed too. So here's the cards. Please look up Megan Watterson, Meggan Watterson. She has a wonderful Instagram account as well. So please go follow her. And she has a whole book, basically, that is about, let me find the back of this. Boop, 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 boop. Where's the back? Son of a. All right. Harvard trained theologian, Megan Watterson leads us through Mary's last teaching to integrate the profound love from her gospel into daily spiritual practice. So look her up, please. I love you all. Happy New Year. That was fun and ranty, but awesome. Let's hope that I make it through. I would really like to make it through January without booze. So wish me luck because I'll be at home too in Champaign and I like my boozy, but we're going to make it through. I have links to post. I'll post this card and I love you. I'll see you next time. Okay. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.